Can I wish for unlimited wishes? Um, I was gonna talk about that last what if there, um, after I got the dog settled down, but I came back and I flipped over tabs because I had opened up a bunch of tabs looking for stuff to the what if questions, and I came across this self awareness like questionnaire thing. There's only 5 questions, but I thought it might be fun to do this as like a 5-parter or something. I don't know. But the first one was, what are you pretending not to know? This was perhaps the most powerful question I was ever asked by my friend, blah, 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 blah. All possibilities open up when we stop deceiving ourselves. That's interesting. Like, the second one was, I'll get back to him. Why don't you do the things you know you should be doing? Life isn't about figuring out what to do. The real challenge is not so. Simply doing the things we not. The real challenge is simply doing the things we know we should be doing. This is the big one for me. Like I know I should be getting out there and like just making a move for this family happen as soon as possible. Like it's time to get out of this area and get to a new place. It really is. Like, I'm not saying that solves all your problems. I don't think moving solves any of your problems, but I just have that lifelong itch of seeing what's around the next corner. I know I use that term a lot. I actually got it from Uncle Traveling Matt on the Fraggles. An adventurer is just someone who needs to know what's around the next corner. And that's so true. And like, I know that like Carol and I both agree on this. The kids would love a change of scenery and new restaurants and new views when you're driving around and discovering back roads and stuff like that. Like, that time has come, and it's like been here for a while. Like, so why am I not doing it? Well, I'll tell you why. Like, it's terrifying. It's terrifying to think, like, all right, let's say we put the house on the market tomorrow, and we knew we weren't going to get more than, like, you know, after we sold the house and paid off everything, you know, like, if we were lucky, $20,000, $30,000. That's not a lot of money. After moving here with, you know, 5 times that amount of money after a down payment, well, maybe not that much, but it goes fast, really fast, just like life does, I think. And the longer we wait to do the things we want to do, the less time in life we have left to do them. That's why this whole thing about, like, you know, just make somebody smile tomorrow, because you're living your life however you want to live your life, or however you have been dictated to live your life, basically. And until you make the choice to live differently, you will continue to live that way. This is not my philosophy. I'm sure it's somebody a lot smarter than I am, but it makes sense. Like, I don't know. Like, I think there comes a time where you have to stop worrying so much. Like, I think I've worried so much the last year that I've nearly probably given myself an ulcer. Like, you know, like, I feel like bombarded by life's constant roller coaster ride. Like, I mean, I'm very fortunate and lucky to have the family I have, and I love them to death, and it's just one challenge after another, but like trying to make everyone happy. And I guess you really can't do that. I don't know. But I think of other things too. I always talk about doing this, you know, the Elderly Enforcers comic book. Am I going to keep waiting until my art's good enough? Or do I just do it and put it out there and let the world, you know, have at it? Like, because I know I'm not a great artist. I love drawing. I'm probably a stronger writer. I'm not a great guitarist, but I'm a pretty good songwriter. And I like to sing. But I'm not doing anything with any of this that, like, I always talk about when or if this happens, then. If then is an interesting equation. I think that was just a dog. I think you have to stop living your life at some point that way. I haven't. I really haven't. But I have to just... There it is again. Like, I have to do this before I can do this. It's like, just do it. Just do what you got to do. If you put the house on the market and someone wants to buy it, then you got to get your shit together. That's what happened to us in Massachusetts. You got to get your shit together and pack your stuff and get out. Like, if you have the opportunity, take it. So, I mean, I guess that's the first step is, stop being such a turd about it and just be like, okay. The second is, the harder part is getting a job. Like, I've applied to a lot of jobs in California. I've talked to them. I've called some of them and just been like, hey. But, like, I feel like if I was out there, even if we have to take a crappy apartment for a little while or something like that, I feel like if we were out there, it'd be easier to interview for positions. But until I get off my ass and actually do something about it, it's not going to happen. I lived a lot of my life that way, expecting the next step to present itself to me. And sometimes you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait and you think that life is going to just, oh, it's right there, go ahead. It doesn't, though. And I've learned that time and time again in my life. And I thank God, or thank Allah, or thank Jeebus, or thank Thor, or Odin, whoever, that, I feel like I've become very self-aware over the last year. Let go of baggage, kind of just like, looked around for the first time, for real. You know what I mean? Like, opened my eyes. So, I'm glad I got to that point, and I hope I continue to grow in that direction. Because when you stop growing, or when you grow stagnant, then, what's the point after that? Dunkin' Donuts. I could go for some Dunkin' Donuts right now. I'm not driving 20 minutes, though. Okay, let me read you the rest of these questions, and then maybe we'll tackle the first one again. What are your values, and are you being true to them? Write down the 3 most important aspects of each of these areas: family, romantic relationship, friends, work, health, sex, and spirituality. These are your values. When we don't act congruently with what we value, symptoms of discomfort arise. Write down the 3 most important aspects of each of these. Okay, so family, the 3 most important aspects of family. Okay, I see. Okay. In what ways are you perceived that you are not aware of? That's interesting, because you perceive someone a certain way. Like, when I think of thunder's rolling in, there's a storm brewing out there. When I think of certain individuals in my life, positively, negatively, whoever they are, it doesn't matter. Like, I have a perception of them. I perceive them this way. Like, when I think of my friend Corey, I think of a true to heart person. I think of a caring person and a gentle soul. Like, I would consider those the 3 aspects of him that I think of most dearly, and I see it that way. But, like, how do people perceive me? Like, because I do things that I'm pretty sure make me look like an asshole. For example, tonight, I'm on the schedule the next 2 nights till 8 o'clock. He's got 3 other people to 8:30. So, I'm the only one that, well, not every night, but I'm usually the one that closes registers, locks the doors, turns the lights off, laminators, and so on and so forth. And everybody can do that except if they don't have a key or don't know how to close the register. Because some people don't, because they don't close without me or a few other individuals I work with. But my immediate reaction when somebody said, well, you'll be the good guy and you'll stay till 8:30, I'm like, nope, I'm going to leave at 8 o'clock. Like, that was my first reaction. Like, I wasn't trying to be mean to that person, like, but I get frustrated with the schedule at work. Not as much as other people do, because I'm only part-time. But sometimes you look at it and you're like, why did you change those hours and not tell that person? Anyway, nonetheless. Okay, so I thought, wow, that was terribly rude of me. What if that person looks at me as somebody who's very stubborn and asinine and hard to work with? Like, I don't want to be perceived as that to anyone, so I have to work on that to make sure that I know I'm not that person. Like, I don't think I am. I mean, I'm always helpful in every walk of life. If I can help somebody out, I'll help them out, as long as I have the ability to help them. I don't know if that's thunder or somebody upstairs. It's hard to tell. I think it's thunder. I forgot to tell you, I went to Walmart today, feeding the beast. I I pulled in, I got out of my car, and I'm looking up at the sky, and I'm trying. It's raining, like big drops of rain, like chubby rain, if you know what I'm talking about. Oh, Bowfinger. Go watch that movie. It's good. And I can see them all around me. I'm not getting wet. This is the weirdest experience. I start putting my hands out thinking, okay, maybe I can catch a raindrop. I can't catch a raindrop. This lady walks by me, this old woman, probably in her 70s. No, I don't hate to say old in her 70s because that's right around the corner. But like maybe her early 80s. And she was smiling, and I was just like, raining, huh? Like I didn't know what to say, but we like kind of like crossed paths. She was like, yeah, I like the rain. I was like, I love the rain. And then the minute I said that, like the rain started hitting me. Like it didn't want to touch me. It's weird, but I mean, I guess mathematically it's possible to walk through a rainstorm without getting wet. Of course, the odds are probably astronomical, but it's possible. So I get in, going to get pizza for Gwen and her friends. And I turn the corner. It's like right when you first come into Walmart. You go around and the deli's over here. Well, they got pre-made food. So I'm looking at the pizza, and oh my god, they have a metal roof, obviously. And it hit it. And it was just like, oh my god. Everyone looked at each other like, what the hell was that? The rain just, it was almost like, dee, dee, dee. And it just hit. And everybody rushed to the front of the store and was just looking outside like, holy shit, I've seen thicker rains, but I've never seen heavier rains than that. That was like, if that had lasted more than 10 minutes, I don't even know like what could have been possible. Because when I was driving home, let me finish my story. So it's about 10 minutes long that it lasted. It only took me about 3 minutes to figure out which pizza I was getting. I looked for nail polish that Carol had lost, that I was going to buy her a new one. They didn't have the color though. So then I go up to the register, and there's one person ahead of me. So I go through. I was like, they're like, have fun out there. I was like, yeah, thanks. So I get to the entrance of Walmart, and this is no exaggeration. There was at least like 25 people there waiting for the rain to die. We're all just looking at it. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to slowly walk to my car and enjoy this. So I grabbed my pizza, and I walked out, and I just took my time. And some guy, when I was just going by the last person, he's like, can I have a wet pizza? I was like, yep. And so I just kept walking. And then the rain hit me, and it was coming down on a right to left angle from when I was coming out. And I could just feel my whole, like, this side saturated, like I had stepped into a shower. And, like, I didn't want to turn around, but I took every step with intention. Like, just took my time to get to my car. And when I got there, I put everything in, and literally the cardboard box was just ruined. Thankfully, the pizza was in plastic. And I had a second, cheaper, nasty beef brisket pizza. That's what I got tonight for me. Or this afternoon. I like weird things. When I catch, like, strange and bizarre flavors of things, I'm like, ooh. I'm like a moth to a flame, really. Really, it's bad. What don't you know that you don't know? So that took me a few times of reading it. It's always the obstacles that we don't even see coming that are the biggest challenges in life. Get in the habit of asking people that have been there and done it before for guidance. That's interesting. That's a neat one. There's just so many good questions on this site. It's Forbes, actually. 35 questions that will change your life. There's some really good quotes too. Ayn Rand, the question isn't who is going to let me, it's who's going to stop me. Oh, that's a great quote. That's nice. Okay, let's see. Self-awareness. Then it goes on to happiness and peace of mind. Are your shoulds getting in the way of your happiness? Like, I should do this. The desires of our ego are often in conflict with the emotions of our heart. You always have what you want if you want what you have. If you achieved all your goals in life, how would you feel? How can you feel that along the way? What did you learn today? Who did you love? What made you laugh? Perceptive. If you weren't scared, what would you do? That's a good one. If you were dying, would you worry about this? Should you be focused on today or tomorrow? That's the age-old question. We went over this before, haven't we? Influence and achievement. Anyway, I'm not going to read all of these tonight. I am gonna figure out how the hell to bookmark the site. Oh yeah, that's rain that's coming down. Let's see. I am in Chrome, so how the hell do I bookmark this? Okay, VP translate to English. It is in English. Save as. I guess we'll just save it as a shortcut on the desktop. I don't want to lose that one. This is a lot of good questions here. This could go on for a while. At least 35 days. Okay, so let's start with the first one. This one's powerful. This is a 15-minute video, so I'm going to cut it. But I want to think about the first one, and I may come back and do it tonight. If not, then I'll be back either tomorrow night or sometime down the road to pick up on these. This is going to be a good site, and this will be a month-long thing probably. All of them, though, I won't tackle all of them because all of them aren't Oh, that storm's a brewing. I'm going to stop this video now. Hey, if you're loving these guys, pass them along to your friends. Share them with your Facebook friends or your Instagram or your Twitter or your MySpace or your LinkedIn or your... just goes on and on. I'm going to just run credits from now on and be like, hey, don't forget this stuff. Thanks for always coming by. Seriously, I mean that. I mean thank you for watching these. Like, it means a lot. Like... more than you really know. Like this is one of those cases where I can say that. Like to know that, like when I see somebody comment something, or I see something on Facebook that somebody shares that, I'm like, you just made my day. Like you made me smile. So thank you. And as always, don't forget to make someone else smile tomorrow. If it's me, hey, I got no problem with that. But if it's somebody else, that's just as good. We gotta make people smile. We gotta be happier. Like I know the world's not perfect. I know you can't smile every day at every moment. But you can do your best to achieve that. And when those hurdles arise, you know what, they're a little bit easier to deal with, I think. So keep smiling, do something to improve yourself tomorrow, and let's make this world spin a little happier together. Here's a few more awesome tomorrows. Thank you guys. Respect. I'll see you in the next one on the road to 40.